Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to some more Warhammer 2 Total War as the Druki and Rakarth. Now, before we started this battle, the... Jesus, I forgot what this thing is called. The evaluation bar, thank you, yes. Thank you, brain. The evaluation bar was showing that it's gonna be equal, more or less. Now that we're actually in the battle, it's sort of had a change of heart and no longer believes what it said to be true, but, you know, I'm gonna have to forgive it. Yeah, it is silly, but, you know, not much we can do about that. Let's get the dragon and the flying little thing right here. I mean, these guys can only go through the gate, so might as well. I think this fort is probably the best siege battle in, or siege map in the entire game currently. And that says a lot because it's not a great battle. It's not a great map. It's not a bad map either, but it's not great. The reason it's kind of good is because it has layered defense, something that this game lacks horribly. Should you lose the walls, you can fall back and defend choke points here, here, and here. Now it's 3 choke points scattered across the map. I know, it's not ideal. But on the other hand, you can also defend these two, which is a lot more manageable. So it's an interesting siege map. It provides quite a lot of advantage to the defenders, but you sort of expect that from a fort siege. And yeah, it's good. The only problem is that, you know, it's still just one wall that's perfectly straight that you need to get through, so that's sort of the big issue with this game that it currently has. Siege battles are a very big sore spot for what is otherwise a really great title, but there is an expression, and I'm trying not to bring my native land, language, or culture into this, but it's convenient. There is an expression in Serbian that would translate roughly to like a cancerous, festering wound, which sounds very brutal. And it's metaphorical, so something can be your cancerous, festering wound. Yeah, I know, it sounds quite brutal, but it doesn't have anything to do with injury. It's like something's your tragic flaw, basically, your biggest flaw. And I would say that units retreating into the enemy's castle, enemy units retreating into the enemy's castle, along with siege battles, are the two biggest cancerous, festering wounds that this game has, and that makes it sound very brutal. It's not actually. It's very it's a very sort of light-hearted expression. You don't literally mean it, but it just sounds very, you know, just sounds very brutal like that. Okay, about this time, I think it would be best to pull back all of the ranged units to there, and step in with, well, for one, Rakarth to take out the general, and then I think as soon as they move off, we can do this. Yeah. That's what I want you to do. Oh, and also this. They want to get in through the gate. Let's open the gate. Actually, let's watch this. You still want to go through the gate? I take it you've reconsidered about trying the front, the frontal approach to the entire problem. Yes. Excellent. Okay. This thing is actually. Yeah, calm down, please. Need you to go after them. And actually, you can spit on them. Oh, no, better target, much better target. Spit on them. Yeah, see, I spit on you. truly glorious. There is nothing more glorious. Convenient archers for us to fight right there. Let's pop this, and that's it. There's no reason to continue fighting this battle because it's the second defeat for this army on the turn. Obviously, if it's the second defeat, I think the army just disbands. Isn't it the second defeat, or am I hallucinating? No, I'm hallucinating, apparently. It was the first defeat on the turn. And I just messed up my calculation. I mean, we're going to just fight them and kill them anyway. They just confederated Stirland and another province. Wow, alright, the Empire's now a little bit tougher, but that's good. I wanna challenge. Okay. Yeah, I don't want these guys getting involved. And just auto-resolve. Now, there is something that I haven't talked about. Definitely murder captives on experience, but you know, that's not going to do anything to the slave count. Something I haven't talked about yet, and I've just realised. The fact that I no longer rely on units... Okay, that's good. The fact that I no longer rely on ranged units to get most of the kills, and thus I don't expend ammunition. And also the fact that I don't use magic in this army, and instead use beasts, unit abilities, and the Black Ark to kill things, has a very... well, awesome and sort of unexpected side effect. I need this. I need this before I get Renowned and Feared. Which is great. I mean, we're going to get Renowned and Feared probably after taking Isleheart anyway, so... And that's consequence and side effect, or whatever you want to call it, is I'm getting a lot more decisive battles. Because I'm assuming even the birds on the tree outside my house and the walls themselves have remembered up until this point, or at this point, sorry, that units that expend ammunition are sort of calculated as taking as having taken damage after a battle. I suck at explaining this for some reason. Basically, if a unit expends X amount of ammunition, it counts as that unit having actually lost actual soldiers in the unit, which in turn contributes to you not getting decisive victories, but close victories and Pyrrhic victories and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, using Winds of Magic counts as losing units for some odd reason. I don't make the rules, I just play by them, and what this in turn means is that... oh, unassigned skill points. I'm assuming... Oh, you, yeah. Block army, very important. I've used you so far mostly as mostly as a scout, because I needed you to do that in the area, but now I think you can go back to doing agent things and getting experience that way. So, what's so great about getting a decisive victory versus a close victory, Juggernaut? Well, the amount of experience your lord gets. There is a fixed amount of experience that you get for each type of battle, and the more decisive the victory, the more experience you get. Ooh, there's going to be an actual battle at Isleheart. Lovely. Lovely. What do you want? Military alliance. No. No, 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 no. No, sorry. We're not getting a military alliance, not now, not ever. Never get a military alliance with people that you want to confederate unless you're planning on screwing them over with that military alliance, getting them in a bunch of wars that you're in, and then cancelling the alliance with them to make them scared and want to confederate you. That's the only time when you should even consider doing something like that. Okay, the Black Ark Fleet is now, you know, a proper fleet. Infamous Raider is going to be vital for this guy, because I don't think I'm not going to say never, but I don't think I'm going to recruit. I'm going to recruit very often. I don't think I'm ever going to, almost never going to occupy things with the Black Ark. I'm probably just going to raid and sack with it to get slaves and straight up money, which, I mean, you know, it takes time to build stuff like this up, but as soon as we get the Black Ark to, like, level 4 and 5, get some extra buildings here for recruitment, start sacking cities with it, like Norska, for example, is a great target, as stupid and illogical as that sounds. We're going to get so much money, just mostly because of the slaves, but also like a direct infusion of cash. This is going to be wonderful. You'll see. Karl Franz actually has a decent army here. It's half an army, but it's actually kind of decent. So we'll make for at least somewhat of an interesting fight. Yeah, there we go. I have to fight it manually, and it is Karl Franz, and yeah, I know we beat him in the last episode, but I kind of just have to fight him if we're honest. I really love the fact that I'm currently still on 2 provinces, and I'm making 4,000 extra with 2 full armies. Although my recruitment capability is suffering a little bit. It's not even suffering that much. I mean, look at this. That's okay for, like... Okay, for turn 25, maybe it's a little bit iffy, but, like... What do you want? Like, okay, we'll get a Altar of Cain eventually. We'll get Dark Shards soon-ish, and we'll get this line of buildings too, to get the Haganeth and the Cold Ones. I mean, well, that's pretty much it for the High Elves. I mean, Black Dragons we have access to already, and we're going to get access to even more. So it's like, you know... I've just realised the Black Ark can't raid. I need to sack settlements in order to get money from it. That's... Huh. Okay. I completely forgot about that. I thought I could put the fleet in a raid stance, but I'm not. I'm not playing that kind of game. This isn't Rome. No, that would have been cool, but you know, sacking is going to be just fine. Okay, let's do this battle. Let's do it. No point in delaying anymore. And here we go. I have no idea where France's army is, nor how it looks like. So tell you what. I think we're going to set up on this sort of slanted hill and just wait. Wait and rotate. Like so, I think. Yeah. That is, of course, provided he's willing to come to me, which... what I wouldn't give for a Skaven nuke right now. Please. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It's more of a, like a cold comet hitting the earth, but you know, you get the point. Can we actually see the casualties? Shockingly not that many. You know, these are not the most damaging spells, but that was ideal. Like, that was an ideal hit with the Black Ark, and I mean, it gutted. I feel like the damage value is a lot higher than the kills. Yeah, definitely. Because that pretty much damaged every single soldier that was in there, but didn't kill all of them. Important difference, obviously. Shall we save these, or shall we use them? Let us use them. Would I see bodies here if I killed them, even though it was off camera? And, like, while they were stealthed? Trying to figure out whether that completely missed or actually hit something. Well, I suppose we'll never know. Let me get Rakarth out. And see if I can't... attract some attention with him for... That mortar needs to go away. But I'm assuming asking it politely to sod off isn't exactly going to work. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Let's hide the harpies in the forest. And then I'm assuming the mortar's going to stop somewhere around here to fire at Rakarth. Hopefully. And when it does that, this guy's just going to be moving left and right, and then as the army comes in closer, the harpies will get out of the woodwork and target the mortar. The dragon I'm keeping here mostly because... well, actually, I don't know why. As a backup plan, I suppose. If all else fails. Let's separate the wolves from the army a little bit. And yeah, I'm very happy with this. I mean, battle hasn't started yet, and we've killed like a third or a fourth of quite a number of their units. So, oh, I thought you would be hidden here, but you can't hide because you're a flying unit, right? Well, the brilliant thing is also you can't really also be hit by the mortar because it's kind of incompetent, but, you know. Okay, there, and the mortar's done. It is no longer a problem that we have to think about. Ooh, completely forgot to change the shot thing. Yeah, do that, and that'll soften them up. It'll soften them up, alright. And then you can do that. Okay, I want you to do a Carl France, which might not excite you as a prospect, but it is what I need you to do. Okay, so I've discovered hidden units, have I? Many halberdiers. Not the greatest fan of that, to be honest with you. I have to admit, not the biggest fan of that. Jesus. Alright. Keep this as an option should we need it. Oh, you're gonna back away, really? Oh, I did hit a chunk of them. Put that down, and I think this is over. Do need to be careful about not losing the wolves and stuff, though. Yeah, they're fighting halberdiers. That's not what I wanted you to do. It's not exactly optimal. Mismanaged them a little bit. Well, mismanaged them a fair amount, honestly, for about half their health, but... ooh, Dragon took a bit of a beating. It's... well, Empire Captain and Great Swords and the Dragons a little bit. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Like, they get surrounded. That's the problem with Dragons. But this should be it. I mean, this is army losses, right? Or do these not... can these not break? Oh, these are unbreakable. Right. Sorry about that. Alright. Sort off this way. Have the archers take care of them. That's very interesting. These swordsmen are unbreakable. Huh. Oh, great swordsmen. Very amusing. And there we go. Army losses kicked in a while ago. No need to continue fighting. I'll tell you what. This is the second episode I'm recording tonight. Not tonight, more like this morning. It's around 5 AM, but I woke up exceptionally early. About 2 hours ago or so. It's, yeah. Don't know why. Couldn't sleep. Went to bed, like, exceptionally early, too, because I don't know, just felt weird. Felt extremely tired, and, you know. Anyways, there's a point to this, I swear. This is the second episode I'm recording in a row.
All the finery I desire.
Ah, look at that. Look at that. Ain't it a thing of beauty?
All shall behold my greatness.
I'm half tempted to transfer the slaves to Reichland. Just like do that and then focus all of them here. But in order to do that I would need to sack these and I would need to I don't know. It's probably the correct course of action, oddly enough. But then obviously the problem with that becomes this is kind of then outdated in some sense. But we're going to need to move it from Albion anyway. Now, we can't go to Altdorf yet. It's not... I mean, for one, we don't have the whole province secured, but not only secured in a literal sense, it's also kind of going to be vulnerable for a time as well. From attacks from different sides, and we're not at war with most of the Empire, so... and that's also something to consider. Yeah, alright. Okay. Go steal technology from over there, and in the process sort of tell me what's... Oh, so there's nothing. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty happy about that. Block army, I guess? Yeah, block army.
Your will?
Cool, okay, now we need... Driven by Vengeance so that we can get upgrade 1. And then I'll do the public order thing because, I mean, not that I have trouble with public order, but tiny bit of a buff here and there every now and again goes a long way. Okay, and like we said, we're skipping out on these upgrades because we're waiting for the main settlement to be upgraded. 5,700 gold per turn with 20,000 in the bank. Ladies and gents, it's time for a new army. And the only problem is I don't have anywhere to recruit it. Well, I do have the Black Ark, obviously, but that's not ideal. I would like the army to be somewhat better than a tier 3, effectively basic barracks, which is what that thing is. Mind you, hoarding money is good. There's nothing wrong with hoarding money. Yeah, look at that. I mean, we lost like, what, 60 gold for after a turn. It's nothing. I don't want to go after Altdorf yet. I want to go down there. Oh, can you not reach it? Shame. Oh. Can't recruit from here, can we? Yeah, we don't have access to the Altdorf port, but here's the thing. I said I wasn't going to do this. But I understand that attacking Altdorf right now with this army would be questionable. But kind of winnable too at the same time if I cheese the siege. And the way I do that is I do have 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers that can take out 1 or 2 watchtowers. I can then use the archers to pretty much kill everything else, and I can use the Lord to bait the mortar fire into either hitting their own troops or just missing altogether. That's also extremely cheap, and I don't want to do that, but I can win this, and it would, if I wanted to, just launch the campaign into the stratosphere, basically. That said, though, I do want to check this out. So, raise or sack the following settlement. So, not loot and occupy, raise or sack. Okay. Sack it once and then occupy it the next turn, which will put it down to, what, like a tier 1? Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Tier 1 Altdorf, extremely cursed. But, what can we do about it? That guy's destroyed, thankfully. That guy's extremely annoying if you're fighting him and you can't reach his army, because, I mean, Nakai's extremely frustrating in the sort of mid to late game to fight against because of his movement range. Yeah, Nakai's movement range is just silly. Just absolutely ridiculously silly. I'm really going to need to fight this manually, really.
I will not be defeated.
What the hell is a Waystalker?
Show neither
Okay, the Red Moon Inn, that's fine. You have a Reich Fort, that's fine. Where'd you get the Waystalker? From the Red Moon Inn, I'm assuming? Hybrid Weapon Specialist, Jürgen Todbringer, a Thane, an Empire Captain, a Witch Hunter, and a Bright Wizard. Yeah, it's... I mean, alright, I guess. I'll fight if I have to. Okay, here we go. It is a bog standard Imperial settlement, unfortunately, but, you know, it is what it is. Plan is very simple. We're going to cheese the living hell out of these towers, or this tower specifically. And in order to do that, we need Rakarth up front. We need this to hit the tower, and I hope... Well, first of all, this tower isn't manned. Just barely, but it's not. But even if it is, I think the firing arc sort of goes like that, and I don't think you can hit the dark shards there. But, you know, be that as it may, we're gonna... Oh, whoops. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna get in closer. Oh, I've mucked it up a little bit, but that's okay. Basically, what we want to do here is we want to take out the siege tower. The siege tower. Well, it's a tower and it participates in a siege, so, you know, if you don't think too much about it, it makes sense. The fort tower, and then when we take it out with the Reaper bolt thrower, which should take, like, most of the ammunition of this thing, unfortunately, we can move in our dark shards, and we can move in the shades, and let them go to work on the enemy, period, but, like, mostly the enemy infantry. Also, for the first time in a while, we won't actually have access to the Black Ark, artillery and magic, and however you want to call it. Rakarth is going to take a little bit of damage here. If I were to play this on like 2 speed or normal speed, he probably wouldn't take any. Because I've gotten rather good at timing the running away and escaping thing, but I mean, what's the point? He has a potion of healing, he can heal. He's a big boy, he can take it. See, this is where the Reaper bolt thrower sort of shows its weakness. It took like most of its ammunition to take out 1 siege tower. Not very excellent, but you know. Okay, let's move it forward. Let's grab these. I'd like to get some buffs for the shades, to be honest, to increase their range and stuff. I think that'll go a long way to helping our situation. Oh, I thought you couldn't shoot through that. Oh. Genuinely forgot about that. Yeah, could you get out of the way of that a little bit quicker? Ouch. Okay, what the hell is hitting you now? Oh, they've got a... Oh, bloody hell, really? Okay. You know what? Dragon. Beasts through the thing. Infantry on the walls. And probably the most important part of this fight, a buff. Yes, a buff on the dragon, so that now... Yeah, exactly. This is what I was looking for. I'd like for you to take out the Bright Wizard first, and then everything else we can do in terms of damage is just a bonus. That was a big waste of magic, but I'm not complaining. Let's pull these guys back. I don't want to lose even more of them if I can help it. I like how this thing is still firing and I was complaining about its ammunition. But to be fair, I didn't intend on exactly conducting the battle this way. Let's go fight this Waystalker. Actually, no, sorry, I need to do something much more important before that. I can't target anything else. I was going to target these guys, but it's not letting me, and this will do just fine. Okay, now go after this annoying person. Almost resorted to insults, really, truly barbaric, but... I'd really like to get that Light Wizard, to be honest with you. Shame we can't... Wait, are you doing what I told you to do? Oh, apparently you broke through already. I really have a tough time getting used to how quickly a War Hydra and a Feral Mammoth break down a gate. I've played Skaven semi-recently. They take a while to break stuff, either with a battering ram or with artillery or with... oftentimes I'll use hero units to do it, because they don't get targeted by anything, and I like cheesing with Skaven. It's sort of in the name, right? Cheese and all of that. Also, last time we played, I renamed every single settlement I took to some kind of cheese pun. Or rat pun. It's a wild time, right? It's a very wild faction. And I mean that in the best of ways, of course. And this is basically done, I think. I want you to shoot at them. That way you won't hit our units, and could you take flight, please? Thank you very much. Okay. And now... spit. Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a more, couldn't have asked for better, basically. Okay, that should be army losses any minute now. I'd like to take out the Thane and the Empire Captain. These guys have taken a beating, but... well, they were fighting a Thane. Okay, War Hydra, go after the Reiksguard. Mammoth, you can go back and rest a little bit. You don't have regeneration, so... don't want you to get hurt. All of the range units, basically, can come here. War Hydra's going to have an interesting time against... really? Okay. You spew fire at me, I'll spew fire back.
My wit awaits.
What the hell was that? Oh, it's the hand pose they can move while firing. I was like, what the hell is firing so many arrows? It's alright, it's all part of the plan. I want that Bright Wizard dead, but so many Rexguard to kill. You don't have any more. It's not fire breath, it's what is it? It's noxious breath, yeah, it's spit. You don't have any more spitting. That'll do. That will do just fine. And here we go. Almost level 15. I think I'm just going to occupy this time.
Keeping beasts is not cheap.
Ah, who am I kidding? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I do want the public order building here, though. Well, that's my way of compensating with myself more so than anything else, but yeah. Okay, we've wounded that Empire captain. Awesome. I mean, I got everything I want on you, the rest is kind of irrelevant. There was a little bit of bonus XP from the fighting that he did personally. Good. Awesome. Where do we go now? We over here, right? So, Pack Hunter, ambush success chance plus 25%. That's very nice, but he doesn't have... Well, this army, rather, doesn't have any dinosaurs. Any dinosaur cavalry, I think that's how this will classify, yeah. We can do breeding program, which is interesting. We can do free range, which is very interesting. I like breeding program first, I think. Rude jokes. No, seriously. Breeding program first, I think, and then... How is this still a level 1 fort? I kind of want to just go and take it before it gets to level 2. Sort of just in case.
Yeah. Submit to me.
Yeah.
Lord of Nagaroth.
No, Lord hasn't moved. I'm very well aware that you haven't moved yet. I'm also very well aware that a blockade doesn't exactly do anything for this settlement. But there's nothing else on it that I want you to do, so... Oh, a default Black Ark is like minus 50% upkeep for all units. That explains my financial situation, to an extent. I haven't noticed that these are 50% upkeep. I mean, even if they weren't, it wouldn't be that big of a difference, but, yeah. Alright, tell you what, it's definitely time to pick up another army. I would like a Lord of Fire. Strategist is pretty good. Do I want a Lord of Fire Lord, or maybe like a Dreadlord or something? And then an agent that's a sorceress. Well, that's a good question, but I can't recruit an agent that's a sorceress yet, so... And I'd very much like to play with some magics, so yeah, okay. Werner? Not sure how that's pronounced, but welcome aboard. Oh, it's just out of range. I was like, oh, why can't I do that? Ah, yes, that makes it.
I must think a while.
That's sensible. Okay. No, I mean nothing. That's all I have for now, I think. We're skipping out on these settlement upgrades for previously mentioned reason. 32,000 in the bank, 6,200 in there.
Rakarth is supreme.
For next turn is income. That is the Dark Elf economy. Now we're snowballing. Ooh, Sylvania attacks Reichland. That's helpful. That's very helpful for me. That means chances of, like, random Empire armies coming over here to mess with my stuff are gonna be... Well, the chance of that happening is fairly low. The chance of that happening is fairly low. What is English? I'm trying to decide between two ways of saying the same thing. I keep ending up in between.
I will not be defeated. They will
Okay.
tremble before Rakarth.
No reason not to loot and occupy here. And then no slaves. Add growth.
Nagarothi sorceress. Setting forth.
Send you up north. Have you... Oh, I can't recruit while you're blockading. I did not know that. Huh. Okay.
Dragon
We are
monster.
displeased.
Black-hearted dreadlord.
That's alright. How long until I get, like... Okay, couple of turns over here. More than a couple of turns. I think it's fair to say. Okay. And that is all then. I like how I said I don't need these forts and then took both of them. That's... Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do, but... It is fun, at the very least, like... I guess that's something to sort of think about. It is very fun to fight fort battles and defend them, because the garrison is so absurdly huge from tier 3 and beyond. Like, tier 3 is, look at that, 5... okay, I changed my mind. Tier 3 garrison... Acceptable. Tier 4, you're not beating this. Tier 5, give up. I mean, okay, you might beat this with like 2 or 3 armies, but I've never seen, like, such a concerted effort against a fort. It's, yeah. What's mildly annoying is that stuff like Skaven can just tunnel under the fort and end up over here, and then that just make the entire fort thing irrelevant and useless, but... Well, you know.
Witness my strength, Rakarth.
You can't have it all, I guess.
Powerful sorceress.
A legend among Beastmasters.
Murderous lord.
So here's the thing.
The ocean awaits.
I want you to, yeah. I want you to not...
Spellcaster.
Not blockade Altdorf anymore. And the reason I want you to not blockade Altdorf is that I can recruit over here. Now the question is, what the hell do I recruit? Because...
Tyrant of Nagaroth.
Okay, you're almost at 6 population. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? This is useless. Even this isn't the best thing ever, and generally this whole building line is a little bit questionable because of the alternative way we get beasts. Witch elves, on the other hand, now that's something I'm interested in. But they're not that great either. I mean, what's the difference between witch elves and sisters of slaughter? Can I pin these somehow? Will it allow me to do that? I would like to look at the details of why... There's no way of doing this, is there? Oh! Maybe. Maybe with a little bit of finicking around, yes. No, you just open the other one. Okay, I thought maybe it would open too.
Dark sorceress.
Oh, what if I, like, pin it like this?
Feared by all.
And then I go over here. No, that's not how to do this. I'd like to compare these units before actually recruiting them, you know, and before actually having them available to be recruited, but okay. Madness of Cain, Murderous Mystery. I can't even look at what Madness of Cain does, because I can't, like, pin it here. I need to look at Madness of Cain through this thing. Which I can't do either way. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Okay. What does a level 4 Black Art give me anyway? Functionally very little. Okay, good. In which case... Have I mentioned how much I like the Dark Riders unit card? Beautiful. It's an absolutely gorgeous unit card. Doomfire Warlock. These look moderately interesting. Dark Riders with shields. Yes. This unit card's much cooler. I think I want Shades. So let's get a Den of Outlaws. I mean, we want Shades anyway, eventually. And then, yeah.
What is your dark purpose?
I mean, let's get Sisters of Slaughter as a sort of melee unit. Even though I said I don't want to do that. But I'm looking at Witch Elves and they don't seem very different. In all due honesty. And I don't think I've ever played... that's not true. I've done... not a campaign focused around Sisters of Slaughter, but I've just noticed this, by the way. There is an Empire army there for some magical, mystical reason. I've done like a mini campaign within a campaign, if that makes sense, with an army like this. When I did when I painted the map with the Dark Elves, did not have a lot of fun with the Sisters of Slaughter back then. Though unit stats change. Most of the time I'm not paying attention to how. So, yeah, I suppose. Income from slave pens and slave market. Ooh, I need that. I need that more than public order. Public order can wait.
No.
Ooh, you might have a theoretical chance to take this.
Unachievable.
And again, probably not, but,
Submit to me.
you know, a theoretical chance is there.
They face doom.
Okay, very important, do not occupy the
Show
city.
neither mercy or restraint.
Chosen of Rakarth.
Tell you what, I'm gonna get regular shades.
What?
And I'm also going to upgrade this, which means you're going to need to be stationary for one more turn. And then, oh, awesome, Marienburg's getting an upgrade. Good, which means I don't want to attack this just yet. But I do want to wound this guy. Yeah, I don't want to attack Altdorf just yet. I want to attack him with this fleet so that I don't have to cheese the siege as much. I think. We don't need a battering ram, we don't need siege towers either, but like might as well have one siege tower, I guess. Okay, so remember Grand Theft Ratho. 3 giant wolves, 1 feral stegodon, 1 black dragon. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. For a level 1 Altdorf, I don't know. But it's a good deal, I think. Get another black ark, that's... Oh wait, I don't need one, right? I already have one. No, I don't. What? Oh, I get a black ark as a reward from this, which I still haven't done. I'll do it after I take Altdorf. Well, I'll sack it, then I'll take it, and then I'll do the quest, but yeah.
What do you seek?
Alright, next then. And I think we're going to leave the sacking of Altdorf for next episode, because that's a catchy title, and I really like it, so yeah. That's what we're going to do. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video and want to stay tuned with the rest of the series. It's going to be a brief one. I think we're going to probably conquer a little bit up north and then call it there, most likely. Because, well, you know, we're getting to the point where this is just a little bit absurd. I think you can take a loyalty hit. Ooh, not really. Didn't know it would be that bad, but okay. How many levels did you get? Oh, you did gain quite a few levels. Yeah, you know what? It is. I've changed my mind. It is kind of worth it for 4 levels. Plus, I think the more I recruit, the more you're gonna like the whole situation you're in. And there we go. Now that is a proper siege battle. We're going to do that next time. Thank you for watching it once again, and see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Druki Conjurer.